What's up, guys? Mr. Schaefer here with you. It's that time to get gross. Grossology, the study and science of really gross things. Remember, we're in our nonfiction unit right now, so we've been talking about these text uh, features, right? Like what this text looks like. And we've seen captions, we've seen titles, we've seen colored words, we've seen bolded words, we've seen little diagrams and pictures, and we're going to continue to work with those. And continue to keep looking at these nonfiction aspects of all the writing. And we're actually going to put something new in too soon. It's called text structure. Um, so text features are what's it look like, right? What does the text look like? Text structure is going to be how it's put together, right, or how it's built, or how we, as authors, put a text together or a nonfiction piece together. But it's also when we read them, we want to know like what kind of information are we getting, right? Or how are we going to get that information? So that's something that's coming too. So I just want to pop that in your brain. Text features, remember, is what it looks like. What's it like? Where's the table of contents so I can find where to go? Where can I find a little title or a heading? Why is that word bolded? You know what I mean? So all those little things is going to help us be better readers. Okay. All right, last thing we read was dandruff. Makes my head itch just talking about it. Luckily, I don't have any hair, so don't got to worry about that on top. But we're going to continue in this. I'm going to look at the table of contents again. And it's still in the crusty, scaly section. We got dandruff. We did that one last time. And today, we're going to look at something we've definitely all had before. Scabs and wounds. Wounds, like injuries, right? So I know we've all had a busted knee or a busted leg or elbow or head or arm or hand, or we've all had them, right? And some of them worse than others, right? We've had some pretty serious wounds of people in this class. I know I've had a couple serious ones, not too major, but definitely a lot of scabs and wounds and damage we've done to our bodies, right? This guy definitely is hurting, as you can see here. He's got a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, we got a little picture here. Ooh, the guy's getting sewn up there. So yeah, here we go. Scabs and wounds. It is one of the unanswered questions of the universe. Why do people pick at scabs? Scabs are dried and clotted blood that serve as nature's bandage. They are not candy or luscious treats. That's disgusting. Don't be a scab eater. But if you think about scabs when they grow up, it's literally like your skin's own bandage, right? A scab protects invaded and destroyed skin underneath it until order is restored. The massacred area, or wound, is a miniature battleground. The body must protect itself from invading bacteria while it rebuilds the torn up skin structure. Your body has a built in military, and a cut triggers a full attack. Think about that, like your body's own military inside, ready to go and send things to the wound to help you, right, to fix you. The cut allows enemy bacteria to invade. The bacteria flock to the area because blood is great for eating. The feasting bacteria, however, cause infections. So your body sends the alarm. Chemicals attack the invaders and send out homing information to the rest of the body's militia. So it knows, right? Think about it. When you have a cut or an injury, your body starts healing it automatically, right? It starts drying up, starts scabbing over. Your body literally, think about it, it's calling its whole defense system to come attack it. Also, to rescue it is a fix-it crew. The first to arrive are tiny blood cells called platelets that barricade the area. Platelets usually flow along freely in the blood, but in the face of danger, they change. The platelets become sticky. They clump together to form a plug that stops blood from leaking. That's why a small cut bleeds only for a couple minutes. So really, we have little blood cells in there called platelets, and they literally flow around your body right now. But if you cut yourself, you know that your blood starts to like stop and dry out? That's platelets doing that. Next, the pooled blood in the wound begins to change. Ever touch a cut after a few minutes? The blood becomes jelly-like, thick and gooey. That goopy blood is called a clot. The clot puts out threads that crisscross to form a net. When the surface of the clot dries, it forms a delicious scab. Now, back to the battle. Like bloodhounds following a scent on a trail, A chemical path is followed by the first line of defense called feeding cells. Feeding cells ooze around like big blobs of jello. They squeeze through the blood vessel walls in the damaged area and begin their attack. Feeding cells do exactly what their name describes. They eat the invaders. Bunches of feeding cells are wiped out in the process. The piles of feeding cells and bacteria, dead and alive, form pus that you probably notice as swelling. The battle rages on as the next defensive line shows up. Macrophages. Yeah, see, I'm trying to pronounce this word, and it has the pronunciation right there. Macrophages. Macrophages? These soldiers are large compared to the feeding cells, and they have huge appetites. The macrophages eat the skin, or eat the slain piles of bacteria and feeding cells. They also gulp down any debris on the battlefield. As they munch, the swelling goes away. Although the major battle is over, the body releases one more line of defense. Behind the front line, these fighters search and destroy any bacteria that may have slipped away. The search and destroy cells are called killer cells, which seem to like a pretty good name. During the whole battle, the skin is being repaired. A thin layer of surface skin is formed below the scab. Special cells arrive under the scab and begin reconstruction. These cells make it a tough material called fibrin that bind the scab together. After they are through, the scab falls off. Bon appetit. Now, this little caption down here at the bottom with the picture says, the word scab comes from the Latin word scabere, which means to scratch. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that your body does to fight off infections, to make your blood goop up and clot so it doesn't bleed, to form a scab, to attack the bacteria, to rebuild the skin. So if you really think about the microscopic craziness that happens with just over one little cut or one giant cut, it's pretty remarkable. Our human body is pretty crazy. All right, this is a fake wound. All right, I'm going to leave this here. If you want to pause it and make this, go ahead. But this is basically how to make fake wounds. It's pretty much like, hey, you want to do some Halloween costume here? Go ahead, right? But there's that. It gives you a little way that you can make your own scabs and scars for your body, which is pretty disgusting, but I dig it. All right. We'll see you next time with some more grossness. Hope you enjoyed it.